I mean, obviously Aragorn.
May make a return. Yeah, Aragorn. Yeah.
Oh. Hello. Everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Borderline Too Much Fun podcast with KZOOM. My name is Kaya McMeekin, and I am the Director of Marketing for KZOOM. I'm here with Johnny Beats. He's our beat man.
That's right.
Yep.
What are we talking about today?
Today, we are talking about how your business can use social media, and is social media even useful for your business? We hear a lot of times when we talk to our clients, like, what would I even use social media for? I am, and then insert business here. It could be manufacturing. It could be dentistry. It could be HVAC. We have these people coming in and saying, nobody wants to see what we do. It's not glamorous. It's not fun. We're not giving like cool products away, things like that. Usually it's service-based industries that kind of have this feeling of nobody wants to see me on social media. And I am here to really tell them that's a myth, that's false, because there are a lot of different things you can show with your service on social media that people are interested in.
Yeah, you like seeing manufacturing in your feed?
Love it. I follow so many manufacturers.
Right. I learned something new today.
Yep. I like it when they set things on fire. I like it when they melt things down. I like it when they do bendy stuff.
So it has to be visually appealing.
Well, and that's the thing, is that really most things are, they just don't know that it is.
Yeah, I can agree with that, yeah.
I feel like there are a lot of things that, to us outside people, we don't even know how most things around us that we use are made, where they come from, who's making them, and that makes your service a mystery, and therefore intriguing. Something that is day-to-day and boring to you is completely new to someone like us.
That's a great point, yeah.
Which leads us to my first point, which is you are interesting. Your everyday, day-to-day things that seem boring or mundane can be glamorized with the help of skillful videographers and with the help of skillful storytellers to tell people the cool, interesting things that are happening behind the scenes, behind the curtain of the everyday stuff. For example, let's break down some truths, right? Your work is intriguing. So showing people the behind the scenes work, how you get your final product, what your process looks like, the look behind the curtain, that can be stuff that is really intriguing for people to watch. For example, we work with Chupon. We'll have to redo
Not
that.
how you pronounce it.
That's how I like to say. So we work for Chupon. They are an aluminum, plastic sales, and metal recycling company. And they also do this really amazing custom work for a lot of people around our area. And so we got to go in and shoot some video for them that really captures a lot of their process that me, somebody who just sells, not like my bottle recycling, things like that, or somebody who just sees metal signage on roads, who bought a car, has a metal car, all these things, I would never know that those things have come from work from Chupon.
Yeah,
I'm surrounded by it, and I had no idea.
It's one of those things where the Chupon name is all over our community. You see them sponsoring so many events.
Yeah.
You see their buildings all over town. And I don't think anybody really knows all that they're doing.
Yeah.
So by them now pushing that out on their social media of like, you know, we recycle these metals and we recycle these plastics and you can bring in all these different things to our different locations and get paid for it.
Absolutely.
You know, who knew?
Absolutely.
So,
and the way they do things is also just so cool to like they again probably see this as day-to-day things they're doing all the time, but to an outsider, it was so cool going in there, seeing how they were precisely bending all these certain metals into different shapes easily with these amazing machines and the workers who are manning them. Seeing this giant magnet pick up all these tons of loose metals that I went and saw with Jordan, and then all of a sudden turning it off and just dumping into this like giant bucket.
how they sort the magnetic metals from the non-magnetic.
Yeah. And then so just things like that to you might seem mundane or just normal activities, to somebody else is like, okay, that was like magical to me. And we're gonna show you some of those clips.
Wow.
Wow, that was so cool. So the first step is truths behind this is that your work is intriguing to the outside world. The next truth is that your stories are meaningful. So your interactions with customers and clients, how you've helped them perhaps solve a problem, or maybe how you've given them some sort of cautionary tale about maybe things to look out for, or things not to do. Those things are really interesting to other people, and that's how you're building connection. So it's more than just like having a testimonial on like Google or reviews or something like that. It's having to tell that story of that interaction with that person from your perspective, and how you helped them, and therefore how you can help other people. Those stories are very interesting to share. The last thing too is that your people are special. You know, ultimately, yes, your stories and your experiences and your knowledge and your processes and how you do things are all incredibly interesting to the outside world, but your people at its core are also special and unique just as themselves. So highlighting your people, highlighting things they care about, who they are, their own internal knowledge of their own process and what they do day to day is also really special. So their highlights, their promotions, their birthdays, their work anniversaries, things that they care about outside of work, that is all content that can be used to help people connect to you, your business. Because at the end of the day, when you're trying to reach an audience or connect with people, people connect with people. That's how you have these giant corporations, these giant businesses like Progressive and Geico using things that are personified, like Flow or the gecko or Liberty with the man and his emu. Like, it's putting a face to the business that people can personify and relate to. And you have that already available to you in your own office, in your own building. You don't need to hire a gecko that knows how to speak English. You can just go down to accounting and talk to Greg. You know?
People like people?
People like people.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah.
And I mean, isn't it true that like social media posts about people receive the most engagement typically?
Absolutely. I mean, there are many great cases for like graphics and what graphic design can do. It can spread really great information. It can catch an eye really well. But when you're looking for engagement, that's where the people come in. That's where a face comes in that people recognize. People like to see their brother or their cousin at their job doing well or being praised. People share that, you know, it's where the engagement actually truly comes from. So other than just tales of like cautionary tales or tales of your clients and things, another really great piece of storytelling is the history of your business. Especially if you're a smaller business or even mid-size, usually all of you started from one guy. And it's usually a black and white photo, and it's a great black and white photo. And you hear their story of what really caused them to pursue this career and build this up into what it is today. And that is a story that everybody can get behind. And so sharing the history of your business is also a really great way to do that. And for that, we have one of our clients in the past had a really great story. It was MBG. They were a co-op, and it started with like one farmer, and then grew to two farmers, then to three farmers. And now it's like the biggest blueberry growing capital in all of the United States. At least that's how I
One
think
of the
of it.
biggest co-ops in the country.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's so cool to see like how they started out in this small facility. They had
Yeah.
a small little freezer
Yeah.
to keep all their blueberries cold.
Right.
And now look at the operation today, going to different
Creating-
countries
yeah.
all over the country.
Yep.
They have massive facilities to keep the blueberries at a certain temperature.
Yeah.
They didn't have this technology back then.
They're creating new strands of blueberries now.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
there are like 4 runners in the blueberry
Splicing the
scientific
genes
industry.
of the
Yeah.
blueberries,
Yeah.
and so that we can get the best
Yeah.
blueberries possible.
My favorite video is the one that measures basically like it's either measuring the buoyancy or density of the blueberry or it's like height, but it's the machine that just goes, boop.
Yes, it's measuring the firmness
Wow.
because customers want firm berries, not mushy berries.
Which is true.
So they want that crunch.
Yeah. And I mean, just that video itself, again, going back up to like your process, that is a fantastic visual to show people. And I know they see it every day. They think it's something boring. I could watch that boop, boop, like all day.
So another video we just did was for the Kalamazoo Gospel Mission. I got to work on their big history video that goes back to the early 1900s.
Wow.
But just going through all of their old photos to see it starting with one guy
Wow.
who is an alcoholic, changed his life around, and decided that he wanted to help people
Wow.
in the Kalamazoo area.
Fantastic. Let's take a look at that.
It started with a life transformed. Jacob Hildebrand, was a young adult caught in alcoholism, living life aimlessly, always chasing a good time, but running from broken relationships and pain.
My story begins in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where I was born on October 17, 1897.
God began to change Jake's heart. Through the unwavering love of his mom and her quiet, faith-filled prayers, Jake reached a turning point. At a church meeting, Jake gave his life to the Lord. That small step of faith grew into something far greater, a ministry that has touched thousands of lives.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it. That's an amazing mission. So, kind of to wrap everything up, really the lie that I hear people believing is that we are not interesting. There's nothing glamorous about ABCD. Like there's nothing cool, and really the truths are this. Your process, your work is intriguing. Your stories are meaningful and your people are special. And to everybody where your day-to-day is something that is brand new to them, you are unique, you are a mystery, you are something that they are probably surrounded by in their day-to-day, and they have no idea. And that's really cool to share with them.